Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Shoot It Straight podcast. I'm your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
And thank y'all for being here. It's episode 10. Thank everybody for all the previous support on all the clips, running it up on the YouTube clips and the reels and everything like that. We're getting a lot of support. So like always, just want to thank everybody for that.
Yes, I'm much appreciative as well. And I thank you all for liking, commenting, and continuing to subscribe.
And for any new viewers out there just checking out the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because we're on the road to 200 right now. We're growing every single day. So, yeah, with all that being said, you ready to kick it straight off into these topics?
Yes, let's shoot it straight into these topics.
So first things first, we got the NBA, and we have some of the biggest trade news going on right now. Obviously, I don't know, ever since Carmelo Anthony, the Knicks have never really had a new guy. You know, it's been a long time. You said when you were growing up, you idolized your basketball game after Melo. That was a long time ago.
Facts.
Well, the Knicks may be getting their guy. Donovan Mitchell, rumored, there's rumors going that Utah and the Knicks have engaged in trade talks for Donovan Mitchell. Do you think this is a good fit for Donovan Mitchell? Do you think the Knicks could use him? Do you think that he'll be leading the Knicks better than Carmelo?
I don't know. You have to get good role players around him. And who's really good role players at the Knicks right now? Let's think about it.
They just signed Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
They got, they still might have Julius Randle. Decent, I guess.
Decent.
They have Tom Thibodeau coaching that team.
You're going to have to get at least one more star player around Donovan Mitchell.
But do you think that this is a step in the right direction for the Knicks?
For sure. I believe this is a step in the right direction, of course.
I think that anytime you're adding a three-time All-Star with averaging 25 points per game and has been improving his off-the-ball game and improving his getting his teammates involved with the assists, I think that anytime you're adding a dynamic young scorer like this, it's obviously a dub. Obviously, I feel like the compensation, though, is going to be the interesting thing for this trade because obviously rumors have come out that the Knicks have no interest in trading away their young star R.J. Barrett, who they got from Duke, famous for playing with Zion Williamson, number 3 overall pick back in the day. Couple years ago. They don't want to get rid of him. The Knicks have a lot of draft capital. Would you trade away all these draft picks that the Knicks might be trading away for Donovan Mitchell? Do you think he's worth it for the Knicks?
Personally, no, I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't, because I believe that these draft picks that they're getting, they could be superstars, and they could be wasting a good opportunity on Donovan Mitchell, who could continue to have a great career, or he could fall off within the next couple of years.
And I feel like we might have seen that happen to some Knicks players in the past. A lot of the time, players, some of them step up to the occasion when they go to the Big Apple, and some of them kind of flop. And you never know what you're going to get. Utah is a real small market, small city, no pressure. You're going to go from that, and the expectations are going to go through the roof in New York. However, for the Knicks, I love the deal for the Knicks because they desperately need somebody. It's New York. The Brooklyn is on the decline after all this Kevin Durant stuff going on with Kyrie and everything. It's an absolute mess over there. This is the Knicks' chance to capitalize and take New York back and make Knicks basketball somewhat relevant again, which is would be good for the NBA, I think, because let's be real, the NBA is better when you got competitive New York, competitive LA, the big cities going at it, Boston, the OGs. It's just better for basketball. So honestly, I want to see this move happen. However, I just don't know if I was the Knicks, if it's worth giving up the draft capital and all that, unless you can guarantee me another guy with him. Because getting Donovan Mitchell is great, but the East is stacked. Giannis with the Bucks. Those are like already contenders. You got the 76ers. You got the Heat. We don't know what's going to happen with Brooklyn, but as of right now, they still have KD and Kyrie as of right now. So there's still a lot of potential contenders in the East. And in Celtics, I'm forgetting, there's a lot of potential contenders. They're going to need more than just Donovan Mitchell.
And even if the Donovan Mitchell trade does go through, do you have them going to the playoffs?
I think that they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll do anything more than that. I think that they'll be like a first-round exit.
First-round exit, of course, yeah.
And realistically, that's good because I guess you're making the playoffs, but how much does that really help you as a franchise?
In the grand scheme of things.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of teams get stuck in that cycle of just making the playoffs, like the Hornets and all that. They just make the playoffs, but they never actually contend and take that next step, and then it just doesn't really get them anywhere. Donovan Mitchell just did that with the Jazz. They were in a consistent cycle of making the playoffs, being pretty good in the regular season, and then what did they do in the playoffs?
Nothing.
Consistently, year after year, kind of choke, and now they're going full rebuild mode, which is why they're even considering doing this trade. If I was Donovan Mitchell, though, after that whole Utah thing, I would be looking to go to a contender right now. I'd be trying to find my way to a Miami, like over
Milwaukee.
the Knicks. If I could choose, I'd be trying to find my way to a contender. I don't know why I would be wanting to go to the Knicks. I couldn't say, I don't think he can save the Knicks. And you got to be smart enough to realize that the expectations are too high. You're almost setting yourself up for failure. Because I don't know if I believe in R.J. Barrett. Maybe he does. I don't know if R.J. Barrett is going to elevate himself to be that second best player on a championship team. I don't even know if Donovan Mitchell is the second. It could be a second best player. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell could be the best player on a championship team. I have my doubts. However, you go to Miami, team up with Jimmy Butler. That duo could make it out of the East. That's for sure. They could contend with Giannis, contend with the Boston Celtics. And realistically, all you would have to do is maybe give up a Tyler Hero and some first-round picks and then maybe some other things and make it work. But if I was Donovan Mitchell, I'd be trying to get to the Miami Heat.
Yeah, but the Heat are too focused on trying to get KD right now.
But I don't know if I think they might have to realize that they don't have that package.
Definitely
But nobody has that package to get KD right now. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But if I was Miami, I would be trying to get Donovan Mitchell, from underneath these teams' noses, because maybe Golden State would have been interested in him, but right now they're focused on KD. There's a lot of teams that might be focused on KD, and they're going to let Donovan Mitchell go. The Heat might be able to swoop in and get him, because the Knicks, they've never been good at really closing the deal and getting these superstars. So even though there's reports happening, like I said, I've heard recently that KD was going to go to the Knicks and Kyrie a couple years ago. Zion Williamson was going to go there, and that never happened. So I'm not holding my breath that Donovan Mitchell will actually end up on the New York Knicks.
I can agree. I don't think the Knicks would be that. I don't want to say dumb, but I don't think they would be that dumb in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
To make that decision.
Potentially trade away their future like that.
Exactly.
For not a guaranteed success and nothing like that. Or just a cool guy to sell some jerseys right now. That's basically what it would be. I don't know if I'd be in on that.
Ready to get into the next topic?
Yeah, the Summer League with Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic.
Yep.
So the Magic general management, I guess, they have shut down Paolo Banchero, the number 1 overall pick in the most recent NBA draft, after just 2 games in the Summer League, claiming they've already seen what he can do and they know he's going to be good. Why risk him? What do you feel about this thought process? Do you think that Orlando should be implementing resting a 19-year-old kid, so early? It's literally the Summer League. These guys need development. Do you think Orlando should be resting him for the rest?
Exactly. I believe what you were saying, development, that's a key factor. They need more development. And they benched him too early. I believe maybe a couple more games.
Yeah.
But they should bench him. But he should play. Or rest him.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. They should rest him until the actual NBA season goes into effect. But he should get some reps now.
Yeah. See, and that's where I'm torn on a topic like this, because from the Magic perspective, I totally understand. Protect your asset. Paolo Banchero is the number 1 overall pick. This is the future of your franchise, and you want to caress him and make sure nothing happens to him. No ankle injuries or nothing like that. And he already had a slight tweak in one of the 2 games. So we're kind of worried already. So I understand. The Magic got a lot of heat after drafting him number 1 overall, because there were a lot of people saying Jabari Smith should have went number 1. Maybe even Chet Holmgren should have went number 1. They said, nah, I'm getting Banchero. They wanted to prove those doubters wrong, and they did, because Paolo Banchero showed up for the 2 Summer League games that he did play. And now, after the Magic proved to everyone that they might have made the right choice, now they're shutting him down and they're not going to risk it no more. I understand it from that POV. However, I also do think Banchero is just a 19-year-old kid who needs reps. How could this guy be a star in the NBA if he's getting load management now in the Summer League? This is the time when you need to get those reps. You need to get those NBA minutes. You need to learn. You know what I mean?
It'd be horrible, though, if he got hurt.
Of course it would be, but you're risking injury anytime you step out onto the court anyway.
Of course.
So, like, I understand the whole, like, I want to protect my investment and I don't want to let my star guy get injured. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to let him run free a little bit. You got to let him get reps. So I just think putting this into his head, like, so early, like, he literally just started. Like, you can't implement this load management theme like he's some solidified LeBron, OG, year 20 guy. Like, he has done nothing to earn that rest. And let's be real, this is the potential face of the league we're talking about because he's the number 1 overall pick. You can't be having the face of the league resting already. Like, come on, bro.
Do you believe he should play all the games, though, in the summer league?
No, I don't even think he should be playing all the games. I just think that he should be getting some minutes here and there.
Of course.
You know, like 5 to 10 minutes. Like, you've already proved what you need to prove, and you do need to protect your investment, but I do think you should be out there playing against a Chet Holmgren because the star-studded matchup was going to be the number 1 pick, Banchero versus Chet Holmgren, and then all of a sudden I'm getting ready to watch the game.
And it's not
happening. And it's not happening because the Magic are benching him for load management? Like he's like a veteran? Like, what? There's no way the NBA can let this slide, and it's honestly, like, it's kind of shocking to me how this load management thing has gone all the way to the freaking Summer League because nobody wants to watch the Summer League anyway. So how are you going to have load management in the Summer League? Everyone is watching because Paolo Banchero is the number 1 pick, and I want to watch him.
They want
to watch him go against Chet.
Of course, they want to see the best players play that are able to play in the Summer League.
And where is he? He's just load managing already? He's a rookie. Not even a rookie because the NBA hasn't even started.
Now, you know what would be surprising if Orlando Magic still won versus Chet Holmgren without Banchero.
But I have a lot of respect for Chet Holmgren after the Summer League because he's playing in every game so far, every back-to-back. He's played 5 games. I don't know if I could, like, I'm not going to question the toughness of Banchero because he reportedly said that this was all the Magic's doing, and he just didn't want to ruffle no feathers with the front office, which I totally understand. Because you just started your tenure with the Magic as a NBA rookie, and you don't want to ruffle no feathers, and you're just going to listen to what they have to tell you. I totally get that from his perspective. At the same time, I just don't think it's the right move, per se. You can't treat him like that. Like, he needs to get his reps. I just don't know if that's the right way to go about it. However, if he had got injured in the Summer League, they'd be getting a lot of pushback saying he shouldn't be playing.
Facts.
So it's kind of a you can't win scenario. You know what I mean? I just don't know if there was a right or wrong way to go about it. However, my personal feelings is that he just should be getting reps because he's young, man. Like, these guys are the guys that should be playing.
In my personal belief, I don't think he should be getting, like, he should be, like, going in for 5-10 minutes every game throughout the Summer League.
Yeah, exactly.
I think, personally, I believe that he should go in for maybe 2 more games, perform crazy incredible, and then rest him for the actual season.
For the rest, yeah. Like, I totally understand resting him for the training camp that's coming up, and obviously he's going to be on the main roster because he's the number 1 pick. Like, there's no doubt about it. A lot of the Summer League guys are fighting their ass off to just make the roster. So that's who you're kind of competing with. And Banchero,
he's probably going to start.
He's just sitting back relaxing like this. Like, he knows he's going to be straight. It's the Magic. Like, they're trash anyway. They probably might have the number 1 pick next year. That's how bad they'll be. You know what I mean? That's kind of where he's chilling at. So I don't know. I kind of get it. But
he's nice with it, though.
But after seeing what I did see in the Summer League, I do think Paolo Banchero was a very good selection at the number 1 pick. And the Magic have a good history with number 1 picks. Shaq, Dwight Howard, now Paolo Banchero. You know what I mean? What were you saying?
I was just saying, though, I believe, like, he's definitely the top pick.
He's the best one you've seen.
The best one I've seen.
Better than Chet Holmgren.
Better than Chet Holmgren.
We saw the
kid that plays for the Warriors.
Yeah. I think, like, it was just the natural ability that we saw from Banchero. He just looked a class above the rest of the guys out there on the court. He looked NBA ready, NBA material. Like, he should be out there on the court. So maybe that's why the Magic are saying, hold on, why were we playing him here? He's too good for me here. Why? You know what I mean?
And that new kid that's playing for the Warriors, I told you, he's really good.
Santos.
Yeah, Santos.
We keep talking about Santos. Keeps coming up because he's nasty.
Exactly. Speaking of the Warriors, seems Kevin Durant may be going there.
Picking up steam.
The trade package could include Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Kuminga, James Wiseman, along with some draft picks. What do you think is going to happen in this situation? Is KD going back to the Warriors?
I don't know if KD is going back to the Warriors, but I don't think he should. However, I do think that there is a possibility that he could.
You don't think it's a smart move for Kevin Durant to go back to the Warriors?
In terms of Kevin Durant wanting to win championships, I think it's a smart move.
Exactly.
However, in terms of his legacy, like, would those championships be legitimate? Would they count as much as a championship won away from Steph Curry? Because right now, keep in mind, the only championships he has is with Steph Curry. And if you just went crawling back to him after a failed project with Kyrie and James Harden in Brooklyn, it would look real bad.
If he wins a Finals MVP?
He's already won 2 Finals MVPs along with Steph Curry.
Wins it again.
I think that just would look bad on both of their parts at that point, because it would be good because obviously they won, but it would be bad because, like, Curry at that point, he would have shown he is never going to be the best player on a championship team if Kevin Durant is with them.
Damn.
So at that point, I don't think you could ever put KD above Steph in terms of the all-time rankings.
Of course.
Because it would have just been proven 3 times. Like, literally last year, Curry won Finals MVP.
Personally, I don't think you could do that now.
Who?
I think KD's above Steph Curry in my rankings.
I would agree, but I'm just saying, for the people who do think
question it,
that would all but confirm it.
Of course,
because every time they're on the same team, they win the title. Yes, but KD dominates. He becomes a different animal.
And what, do you think it would be horrible for the league for that to happen?
I think it would. I think it would be bad for the league. Keep in mind, the only reason why it was somewhat good for the league before was because LeBron was at the peak of his power in Cleveland. He had just made the 3-1 comeback. That's why it worked before. But it'd
be great though if Kyrie went to LA.
And it would be great if that happened and then they were really good and they were balling out and then, like, it was clear cut Warriors versus Lakers. Like, yeah, when they can make a matchup like that, star-studded,
yeah,
that's what they want. The only problem is, right now, if the Warriors traded for Kevin Durant, depending on what they have to give up, because
Jordan Poole.
There's rumors that even with this package, we said that they might also have to throw in even a Clay or Draymond.
No.
I swear they might have to get rid of either Clay or Draymond, which I don't even know what they would do.
Yeah, the Warriors can't do that. They ain't doing that.
That's what I'm saying. And like we said last episode, that's why.
You don't think Jordan Poole and some other players, maybe a draft pick would be enough?
I don't think it would be enough.
Jordan Poole?
He's a good player, but
great player.
There's no amount of draft picks that could entice me to take this deal. Because these draft picks are guaranteed to be bad.
If you're Brooklyn.
If I'm Brooklyn, why would I want the Warriors draft picks?
And Jordan Poole.
Why would I want that? The Warriors are going to literally win the championship every year with Kevin Durant. So you're gonna have the 32nd pick every year. Congratulations, Brooklyn. You played yourself. You got the 32nd pick every year. You're gonna have the first pick because you suck, and then you're gonna have the 32nd pick because your trade and your GM sucks too. So you're just gonna be an all around. I guess it's gonna be an all around shit show for the Brooklyn Nets if this happens. That's why I don't think that they're gonna end up taking the Warriors package.
But KD, he's leaving though, but just maybe not to the Warriors. Is he leaving for sure?
Maybe not to. I don't know. He wants to leave, but ever since he made this trade request, he's went complete ghost, and we haven't really heard much from his camp or anything like that. So it's like I don't know what's happening.
Because I heard that he wasn't listening to any star players on any teams. Yeah. He wasn't listening to their decisions, and he wanted to make this completely on his own.
Exactly, and a lot of people were saying that Curry has hit up Kevin Durant and said yo, if you do want to come back, it's fine with me. Curry, I think, reportedly gave KD his blessing to come back.
Yeah.
And obviously Draymond has been on his podcast kind of low-key recruiting Kevin Durant, planting the seeds. And I don't know if everyone noticed this, but Draymond has been planting the seeds for this to happen for a while with this. He's been kind of praising KD in the media after they had that kind of low-key beef. Draymond has been planting the seeds of fixing that relationship, I think, to try to get this to happen. Because realistically, I think that there's a good chance. But I think it's all going to come down to if the Nets are going to lower their asking price. You know what I mean? Are they going to take this kind of offer? I'm not taking this offer, bro. I don't think Jordan Poole and Kuminga is good enough, with some crappy draft picks to get me KD. I don't know if that's good enough. I would want a star or somebody blue chip or like a first overall pick, a good draft pick. That's what I would need. Or potentially a guy like LeBron, maybe, because an NBA writer has proposed a potential swap of KD for LeBron. Now, would you be enticed by this trade, in this hypothetical KD for LeBron trade? If you were the Lakers or the Nets, would you be interested in doing something like that?
If I'm the Lakers, definitely not. I'm keeping LeBron.
You're keeping LeBron over?
Of course, you got to keep LeBron if you're the Lakers. But if you're Brooklyn, you're dying for LeBron. You need LeBron. Brooklyn's not winning the championship if they don't get LeBron. That's where it's getting to at this point. So that's my thoughts on it. What about yours?
I think that for LeBron, if Kyrie were to have to stay in Brooklyn, maybe if he was that interested in a reunion with Kyrie, it would be interesting to do this KD for LeBron swap. However, I don't think playing in Brooklyn is something LeBron really wants to do.
Exactly.
So I just don't see it being beneficial for LeBron. I don't know why he would really do that. I think in terms of the package or anything like that, it would be interesting. However, I just don't think it really makes sense. However, right now, I don't know if there's any team that's really coming up with a good quality package for KD. So people are kind of just throwing shit against the wall and hoping it sticks, like KD for LeBron. Because there's been really no new news about a potential package. Miami, we haven't heard nothing out of them. Phoenix, nothing. We haven't heard nothing.
The best would probably be the Warriors, if anything.
Right, as of right now, because that's all we've kind of been hearing is their package. We haven't even heard what Phoenix is offering 100% or anything like that. We don't know. And why is that? How long is this going to take? I'm interested to see how all of this is going to play out. I don't know.
Speaking of Phoenix and the KD trade rumor, DeAndre Ayton
has just signed a offer sheet with the Indiana Pacers.
Exactly.
And that obviously has huge implications with the KD trade. Huge implications.
However, though, the Suns are offering some more money to keep him.
Exactly. Because I think they might be trying to use him to get KD because that's the only way they can make that trade happen.
Exactly.
Basically, if he ended up going to the Pacers confirmed, KD wouldn't have happened for the Suns. And I think that might be one of their best options right now if I was the Suns in terms of keeping them a legitimate threat for next year to win the championship.
KD and Chris Paul.
Wrong with Devin Booker? Nasty. Like, come on. Like, I'm telling you, if I was the Suns, I'm trying to do everything to get this trade to go across. And if that means I have to pay DeAndre Ayton right now so that I can use him in a sign-and-trade, that's what I'm doing. And that's ultimately the only reason I would see.
Then what else are they giving up, the Suns? DeAndre Ayton? And
they're going to have to give up like Mikal Bridges, and they're going to have to – I think they're going to have to –
Brooklyn don't want DeAndre Ayton and Mikal Bridges.
They're going to have to give up some picks, and then they're going to have to give up, I think, like they're going to have to take on Ben Simmons. I don't know what they're going to have to do. But I do know that if the Suns have any chance of getting the deal done, they're going to need DeAndre Ayton.
That's facts.
To make the deal work in terms of everything, the money and all that. So it's a big deal that
in my view, I don't see it happening.
With what?
The deal between the Suns and the Brooklyn. Don't see it happening. Even if DeAndre Ayton stays.
But I don't know why they would re-sign him if they weren't going to trade him, because I think
he's a good player.
But he's a good player, but I think they just kind of proved last season that this core
doesn't work.
It's not going to win you a championship.
Nope.
It was the number one seed, easy, the clear team, best team in basketball, better than this Warriors team in the regular season. Where were they choking? They were choking to Luka. Just Luka. They were choking to just Luka.
Who could be the face of the NBA potentially? Luka Doncic.
Of course. But that's supposedly the best team in the NBA choking to one player. And you're going to run it back with that same team and hope that it's going to work when the rest of the league is getting way, 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 way better.
And they lost the finals.
Like, I just don't.
Heart-wrenchingly lost the finals. I remember watching that final.
Because they were up 2-0. They should have won that. They literally were up 2-0, and then they choked 4 in a row. It's pretty bad. And like the last game was at home too. It was a home game. I just don't know how you lose 4 straight games like that in the NBA Finals. Like it's just a complete collapse. However, that's always the Suns. You know, the Suns always find a way to do the wrong thing. So that's
think it's the Suns or Chris Paul or
mix of both. I think that's why this Chris Paul Suns thing was never going to work 100% because it's two kind of cursed people. The Suns are cursed. They've been cursed since Steve Nash, Amari, in terms they can never win a championship. Charles Barkley couldn't win a championship there. And Chris Paul can't win a championship anywhere he goes. So I don't know why they thought it would ever work. And I don't see them winning the championship next year. They haven't improved
Chris
enough.
Paul almost had it with the Clippers, though. He could have had it.
He couldn't have had it with the Clippers.
He could have had it.
Even J.J. Redick said on his podcast that he couldn't have had it.
Nah, J.J. Redick said that they
had a best chance.
The best chance was what, 2015, 2014?
Exactly. But they always said that they had a lot of injuries that decimated them.
That team was nasty. You had Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin.
But it was never good enough, I think, to... Like, they were never going to beat that 2015 Warriors team or anything like that in the Western Conference. And even if they did...
What about 2014?
I'm trying to think who won it. That was the Spurs year. No, that Spurs team was too good. 2014 Spurs? That was they beat the Miami Heat 2014.
Ooh.
So the Miami Heat was going for the three-peat. So that's what I'm saying. Now, that Spurs team was nasty. And that Spurs team should have potentially won in 2013, too. They got saved by the Ray Allen shot, which is
one of the most famous shots in NBA history.
Which Ray Allen actually reminds me, going a little bit off the cuff here. Ray Allen said that on a quote, when he was, I think he was at a youth basketball camp, Ray Allen said that LeBron is not the GOAT.
I saw that.
What is your thoughts on Ray Allen saying this?
He said it because he spoke to the kids at the camp and he said, "Is he the best at shooting 3-pointers? Is he the best at free throws?" But
does that not make him does that make him not the GOAT?
Yeah, nah, that's dumb. That's dumb.
I don't know why Ray Allen is looking at it like that for somebody who literally, I think, gift wrapped him a ring, maybe.
That's what I'm
LeBron
saying.
LeBron kind of carried. Like, regardless of Ray Allen saving LeBron with that shot, LeBron got the Miami Heat there and gave him a ring. And Ray Allen was ring chasing to LeBron's Miami Heat team in the first place. And
no NBA player will ever be the best at everything. That's just not going to happen. Let's just be real here.
LeBron's probably the closest one to it.
But no one's going to be the absolute number one best at defense, 3-point shooting, free throws,
dribbling, passing.
It's just not
basketball
happening.
IQ. Like, LeBron pretty much has like top basketball IQ, top passing and shit like that. But he's not the best 3-point shooter. He's a decent one. He's not the great free throw shooter. It's always been one of his biggest.
Best overall scorer he's ever played.
But LeBron has always kind of, his forte has been how well-rounded he is.
Exactly.
He's probably the closest thing to being the best at every individual thing, but even he couldn't do it. And I don't think anyone ever will.
Nope.
Because these guys are too good at shooting. Like, you have to pick kind of one. Most guys, they pick one skill and they kind of master that, and then they get it. They try to develop an all-around game.
Like Ray Allen.
Exactly. Ray Allen, one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time, and nobody's denying that. Maybe what is still the GOAT. Some people still say better than Curry, better than Reggie Miller. Curry is the GOAT, in my opinion, 3-point shooter, but that's neither here nor there. The overall GOAT, Ray Allen should be saying LeBron James is the GOAT. However, he didn't say that he wasn't the GOAT. Because he didn't say like Michael Jordan is the GOAT. He didn't really say who was the GOAT. He just said LeBron, I guess, isn't it. Because he's not the best 2-point shooter, because he's not best overall. However,
no, because he's not the best at every single thing.
That's what I'm saying. But so if Ray Allen is gonna say that, then who is? That's what I would be interested. If Ray Allen, he should have elaborated and say who is, because I don't think he could have ever said Michael Jordan was the best at everything either. There's no way you could say that.
Of course not.
Maybe he would say Kareem, but then Kareem couldn't shoot. I would literally say Ray, Kareem can't shoot. How could you say he's the best all around, even though Kareem could pretty much do everything on the court?
Bill Russell.
Like how far back are you gonna go to try to find somebody? Like, even Wilt Chamberlain had the greatest 50-point season, averaging 50 point a game per season. Even he couldn't do everything, and he's putting up stats that literally will never be replicated, never, in the modern game. Nobody will ever average the numbers that Wilt Chamberlain did in the modern game. It's literally impossible. So I don't know how far back Ray Allen wants to go to find somebody that fits his criteria for the GOAT, but it should be LeBron.
Ready to get into the next topic? Taking it back to the summer league.
With LiAngelo Ball.
Yes, sir.
I know you've been waiting to talk about LiAngelo Ball for a while.
I've been waiting to watch him play. And
Well,
he put on a performance.
12 points in 12 minutes. Do you think he should be getting more playing time for the Charlotte Hornets?
I think they should. Yeah, I think they should be giving him more time in the summer league to see if he could potentially be on the roster.
I think we saw glimpses of everything in what we saw in the 12 minutes that he kind of
We saw defense, shooting, dribbling.
And he was able to, I think one of the main things, we knew LiAngelo Ball could shoot. He was maybe even the best ball brother at shooting. You know what I mean? Some would say that. Better than LaMelo. Yeah, like, I think so. After what we saw, I think it's pretty much all but confirmed. But I saw LiAngelo Ball using his body, being physical, going in for the tip, literally driving in, bodying him, then going in for the lay. And I saw a whole different LiAngelo Ball, an aggressive LiAngelo Ball. And I think that if he continues to play like this, he'll get more minutes in the summer league to continue. And I believe he could contend to make their roster.
And if LiAngelo Ball starts with his literal blood brother, it's over.
It'll be pretty fire. So you believe that he should be on an NBA roster?
100%. Facts. And would that be the first time in history? Two like blood brothers are on the starting five?
I don't know if it's ever happened before.
I think that'd be the first time in history.
It might be like in a.
I know Giannis played with his brother, but
they never started together.
Exactly.
Like that. I think it'd be pretty cool, like LaMelo driving down the court, kicking it. LiAngelo.
That'd be insane.
Be pretty dope. And then imagine LeVar obviously there as well. Imagine it when they play Chicago.
And they're versing Lonzo.
That shit would be fire. I think it would be pretty cool. I believe LiAngelo Ball should make an NBA roster. I think he will and make.
Do you think when he develops, he could possibly be the best ball brother?
No.
That's definitely LaMelo.
No, yeah, it's easily going to be LaMelo. I think I've known that for a long time. I think even pre-draft, before we already kind of knew when LaMelo was going to – once we kind of saw what Lonzo was with the Lakers and it didn't work as good as we kind of thought.
He's doing a lot better on the Bulls, though.
He's doing very much so better, but we kind of knew at that point, okay, LaMelo is going to be the guy, the best one.
Facts.
Very best. And he's definitely lived up to that billing. I believe LaMelo is the best ball brother. However, I do think LiAngelo could be a very good role player. I think.
Ooh, you don't think he could be a star?
No, I think LiAngelo Ball is going to be a 3-point shooter, a knockdown 3-and-D guy. That's what they need from LiAngelo. I need 3-and-D. And the main knock on LiAngelo Ball is
so he could be a 6-man. He might not even start.
That's what I'm saying. He just should be on a roster. I think the main thing that has always held him back is the effort on defense. We knew he could score, and the physicality. And I think what I saw in the summer league with these 12 points in 12 minutes, that I think first of all, it proved he should be getting more minutes. But I saw a rejuvenated LiAngelo Ball potentially with a new elevated skill set that's going to take him to the next level and take him to an NBA roster.
Facts.
I don't know exactly why he might have not even ever got that chance yet, but I do think this season will be that chance if he keeps performing like this.
Damn. I would love to see it.
I don't know if it's going to be with the Hornets or not, because they might not be with them, but I know it's going to be with somebody. Somebody's going to give him a chance after what I saw. Because we got to admit, we've watched a good amount of the summer league now, so we can kind of LiAngelo Ball, he put up one of the better performances that we've kind of seen.
Facts. Top 10.
Banchero had a really good performance, maybe the best I've seen. One of, if not the best, but LiAngelo Ball definitely up there. Good performance.
So let's be real. If each NBA team is probably picking one player to be on their roster from each team from the summer league,
besides their rookie star.
It's besides their rookie star. LiAngelo Ball has to be the one for the Hornets. There's no question.
Compared to some of the other guys that we were watching, I know we didn't see. I don't think we saw the exact full highlights, but I don't know. It's not like the Hornets got too much going for them. I think he could make their roster. I think he deserves a chance. I think you give him a chance, and then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But the Hornets, it'll sell tickets. It'll be interesting. I think you go for it, and the performance is there. It's not like he's trash. You know what I mean?
That would be crazy though.
Having both of them on the starting five,
and then Michael Jordan just owning the team. It's just
LeVar in the stands. It'd be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So you got Andre Iguodala. saying Rasheed Wallace would be a top 5 player if he played in today's game.
Better than Giannis.
What do you think about this? I think it's bullshit.
I don't know. You know what? I need what Andre Iguodala is smoking. Give me what Andre Iguodala was smoking when he said this. I don't know what they got out there in the Bay Area, but they got to have some straight fire because I don't know what you got to be smoking on to say this. How could you say Rasheed Wallace is going to be better than Giannis? How? What is he going to be better at exactly?
Bro, I got Paolo Banchero being better than Rasheed Wallace in a couple years. Give it a couple years, bro. I got Paolo Banchero over Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace was a good player, but he was never the man.
Nah,
He was
hell
never the guy. And he never quite lived up to his potential, what he could be. He never averaged 20 points per game. When has Giannis not averaged 20 points per game? That's like his rookie year. Ever since we've got this new Giannis that we talk about as like the Giannis we know and love, the back-to-back MVP, NBA champion Giannis, it's no competition. Giannis, it's just disrespectful to even have this conversation. And that's with all due respect to Rasheed Wallace, because he's a legend, a champion as well. But Giannis is a class above Rasheed Wallace, and that's just what it is.
Rasheed Wallace is not no Giannis.
Not even
he
close.
Is not LeBron. He's not KD. He's not even in that conversation.
Nah.
He's not even a top 10 player that's ever to step foot on the court.
Like I said, when you've never had a 20-point per game season, I don't even know how you could even ever say a statement like this. Not one 20-point per game season, and you're saying he would be a top 5 player in the game. If you don't have 20 points per game, you're not even making an all-star team in this day and age. Donovan Mitchell, 25 points per game, and he's only made the all-star game 3 times. So you're telling me...
I guess Rasheed Wallace, Andre Iguodala is saying Rasheed Wallace would have more opportunity to score because of how the game has been people say how the game is less physical.
Yeah, and I would agree with that, but that doesn't mean that he's just going to magically gain the work ethic and become a top 5 player in the NBA.
Bro, he was dodging workouts.
That's what I'm saying. He was literally signing, look, Colin Cowherd covered him, and we saw him say it. He said he was signing checks so that he could skip workouts because he knew he was going to get fined for skip workouts. Giannis, when is Giannis skipping a workout?
Bro, all he thinks about is basketball.
Is winning, bro. He literally said, all I wanted to do was win a championship with Milwaukee, and he did it.
During the offseason, all he thinks about is winning.
Right now, I know he's thinking, how can I get that MVP trophy back? How can I bring a championship back to Milwaukee? And he's doing everything in his willpower to possibly do that. And that's the difference between Giannis and Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed Wallace did win the championship, but not quite at the level of Giannis, and he was never the man. He was never the 100% guy. He was a star, but wasn't the guy. That's the difference.
Ready to shoot it straight into the NFL?
I'm ready.
We got Tom Brady and Aaron Donald voted most dominant in their respective in opinions. Positions, my bad.
Yeah, positions.
Who do you think is better at their specific position?
Brady or Donald?
Brady or Donald?
It's no debate, no doubt in my mind. Aaron Donald is the most dominant at his position. More dominant than Brady is a quarterback. When you phrase the question like this, look, think about it. Compare Brady to other quarterbacks. There's others that are in the competition there with him. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. They're all close. Aaron Rodgers just won MVP last year. Patrick Mahomes is still there. Is Brady even the best quarterback in the league right now? I don't know. When you think about Aaron Donald and his dominance, think about interior defenders. And think about anybody else besides Aaron Donald. There's no competition at all.
Julius Peppers.
Nah. There's nobody.
Nah.
There's nobody in the current NFL that is even getting close to the dominance of Aaron Donald.
That's facts.
The only people that are walking this earth as NFL defenders living that can even compete is Lawrence Taylor. He can compete. He's long retired. But no one else is even close to the dominance of Aaron Donald at their position.
To ever play.
I can agree with that. But Brady is definitely the greatest quarterback of all time. However, in terms of just pure dominance at the position, there has been other great quarterbacks that have been competing with him along the way and taking away his MVPs and taking away his Super Bowls. Aaron Donald, there has been no one taking away anything from him. He has been the guy. You know what he's bringing. Yeah, you have to double team him every single time, and you still can't stop him. That's dominance to me. Who do you think is more dominant, Brady or Aaron Donald?
Definitely agree with you on that point, Donald, for sure. And Brady's close because of the IQ that he has, similar with LeBron, the IQ that Brady has for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as he gets to the huddle, like, he'll look at the other team's formation and he'll know, like, what play or what he's doing in his head.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, though, with Donald, there's just no one even close.
Yeah.
With Brady, you got Rodgers, you got Peyton Manning. You got people that say that those players might be better than Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I would agree that Aaron Rodgers is better than Brady. So, yeah. I mean, Aaron Donald for sure, most definitely. Best person at his position to ever play. Just facts.
I agree with that.
Defensive end, there's no one competing.
Yeah, it's just him and LT at the top. That's it. You know, it's a him and LT, and that's it. And I say Aaron Donald's better. I've said it before.
What, LT? He played the end? I thought
they both interior defenders. LT was like a defensive end, and more on the edge, and then Donald is actually more nose tackle interior. But Aaron Donald can move on any position in the line. He's that agile, even though he's built to be a nose. You know what I mean? Like a nose tackle. But moving forward, we got Lamar Jackson back in the news, like always, having Twitter beef with former defensive back of the Ravens, Bernard Pollard, who I guess to Lamar Jackson is a nobody. I'm not gonna say he's a well-known player, but he is a player. Basically, they were having some Twitter beef. Bernard Pollard was tweeting about how no star wide receivers want to play with Lamar because he can't make the throws. And then Lamar responded saying, bro, who are you? Blah, blah, he's a nobody. You got carried to a Super Bowl victory. Blah, blah, blah. Whose side are you on in this beef? Who's right?
I'm going to be honest, they're both right.
They're both right?
They both got some points. Lamar Jackson, he said Bernard wouldn't have won without Ray Lewis.
And Ed Reed.
That's facts.
That is facts.
That's just facts. Like you can't deny that.
Bernard Pollard didn't contribute the same.
If Ed Reed or Ray Lewis wasn't there, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
That's just the facts. Then you got Pollard saying, he specifically said in the tweet he might be a top 10 talent, but does that make him completely a top 10 quarterback?
Yeah.
And I can agree with that. Because Lamar, he's the best, no question, probably ever to be on the run as a quarterback.
Better than Cam.
Michael Vick.
Is he better than Vick?
Better than Vick. So, I mean, in that retrospect, yeah, but he can't really throw accurately.
It's just so inconsistent. You never know what you're getting.
Exactly. So, they're both kind of right, I believe. What about you? What do you think?
I do think that both make good points. However, I just don't know why Lamar shouldn't be really even be bothering with this. That's just me. After coming out for the season that the Ravens had in general,
I think
Lamar should be 100% focused on locking in and making this a bounce back year for the Ravens, because we saw last year. I will give the Ravens credit. They kind of competed even though they were the most decimated team in the league with injuries. You know, Lamar himself was injured in and out. That affected his performance. You know, I would say this was Lamar's worst NFL campaign. You know, he threw the most interceptions, had the most fumbles, even though he played the least amount of games he's played. The yards is there. We know he can still run the ball. However, the turnovers is the main thing with Lamar. However, I'm going to cut him some slack because the offensive line wasn't there, and he basically had no help, you know what I mean, because of the injuries. And he still managed to pretty much compete. So I just think Lamar should be focused on locking in and making it a bounce back year for himself, because I do think he can still return to MVP form. I saw glimpses. You still see glimpses. You know he can still do it.
Of course.
This was an NFL MVP who was complete dominant in the year that he won. And it was no doubt. He was just looked that much better than everybody else. There's still question marks about his arm. However, ultimately, I think he could still be a very good passer in this league. I just think right now, especially last season, the situation wasn't the best. And I don't know if they've made the situation that much better. I just think I wish he would get that top wide receiver, because I feel like he's never quite had it. I feel like if he had it, it would be a lot different. I don't think Marquise Brown was ever a top wide receiver.
Damn, that's kind of a bold take.
Like, I think the fact that Mark Andrews was the best weapon for Lamar Jackson, that says something.
That does say something.
And, like, they've always rumored with getting Antonio Brown. Even right now, Antonio Brown, I think, would be a good option for the Ravens in terms of just pure ability. I'm not saying the off the field. That's the off the field. But in terms of pure ability,
that probably would be their number one option.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. And so that's why I tend to agree with Bernard Paulo, though, because why is that? If Lamar is so well loved around the league, why do none of these wide receivers want to go play with him? Well, so I do kind of put two and two together that they like him because of his personality and stuff, but they really don't believe in his performance. Maybe not quite as much as I do, because I think he could really do something. I believe in Lamar Jackson, but I do think that the lack of contract extension with Lamar Jackson is one of the most interesting things in the NFL right now. Because most of the time with quarterbacks, they get their money real fast. You don't want to risk losing a star quarterback. When you've got a Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen type guy, you keep him because you don't get him often.
And Lamar, like,
he was an MVP. He's that guy.
If he doesn't get a contract extension, what happens? Like,
he's leaving.
And
I don't know why Baltimore has not been more urgent.
Like, you know what I mean? I know what happens, but, like, where would he go?
But you don't see things like this happen in the NFL. That's why it's head scratching. Star quarterbacks like this do not make it to the free agency market. If you have a star quarterback, you are chomping at the bit to re-sign him, because that's the future of your franchise. If you don't have a star quarterback, you are not winning in the NFL. That's just the facts. If you believe Lamar is 100% the guy, you have to give him his money now. You can't let him risk leaving in free agency to somebody who is willing to pay him the big bucks.
Facts.
Somebody will pay him because somebody is desperate to get that star quarterback. Because everybody is. If you don't have a star quarterback in the NFL, you are desperate.
Damn, I just wonder where he'll go, though.
I just don't understand why Lamar isn't, like, sitting out and saying, like, give me my money or I'm not playing. Because that's the stance I would be taking if I was Lamar. I wouldn't be playing and risking injury without my money. And for the Ravens, I don't know why I'm not chomping at the bit to re-sign Lamar, unless low-key you really don't think he's the guy, which it doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they have backed him all this and done everything just to say, nah, he's not the guy? The stats are there. I mean, he's still putting up really good performances. He's the guy. And I think you have to give him the money. And I just don't understand why they're waiting. And I think that's why it's interesting. Do you think if you were Baltimore, would you pay Lamar Jackson $200 million?
Definitely. I'm paying him whatever he needs.
Exactly. Like, you have to.
You don't have no options.
Like, if you let him leave, who are you getting to replace him that's going to be somewhat comparable in terms of the production? What quarterback on the open market that you could just go get is giving you Lamar Jackson numbers?
No one.
No one is giving you that rushing threat, that dual threat quarterback ability. Like, no one is doing that. So, even though he had a down year last year, I feel like if I'm the Ravens, I have to pay Lamar Jackson. You have no choice. I don't know why they haven't.
Facts. Well, ready to get into the next topic?
Yeah, let's go forward with a former Dallas Cowboys scout claiming that the Dallas Cowboys are interested in making a move for the star wide receiver from the 49ers, Deebo Samuel. Do you think that the Cowboys should make this move for Deebo Samuel?
No.
No, you don't?
No. They could be using their resources elsewhere.
fixing up other positions.
Facts.
They might need to fix up that defense a little bit more. They might need to be fixing up that offensive line, give Dak Prescott a little bit more help.
Exactly.
Maybe helping out with, we don't know what's going on with Ezekiel Elliott. What's his future looking like? Do we need to fix the running back position? I feel like Dallas has a lot of potential opportunities of need. However, I do think if they have the chance to get Deebo Samuel, I think Dallas should be interested in making this move.
I don't think the 49ers are willing to give him up, though.
I don't think so either. However, if I'm Dallas, I'm making the call, and I'm seeing what they want.
Of course.
Because if you can get this kind of talent on your roster with CeeDee Lamb, Dak, decent offensive line, Mike McCarthy, a head coach we're going to talk about in a second, I think that's a real good team. Deebo Samuel, what I love about him is that versatility. You can use him in any way. I just don't know.
I don't think he's the move, personally.
I just don't know if, for Deebo Samuel, if I'm looking to go to Dallas, of all places, why would I leave San Francisco and go to Dallas? I understand if they're willing to pay me the big bucks, I'm going to go. However, they are not going to utilize Deebo Samuel as good as the 49ers already do.
Exactly.
So in terms of
like Deebo Samuel running the jet sweep.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot guarantee Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy is going to use him in the same way and have the same effectiveness. So, and that's why I always think it's a big risk for these wide receivers to leave out of their comfort zone like this. When you succeed in one franchise, it's always a big risk, I think, to leave. That's why I feel like it was a huge risk for Tyreek Hill to jump ship with Patrick Mahomes and go to Miami. I think it's a huge risk. Because if you don't have that same production level, you basically prove you were made by your quarterback. So that's what we're going to see this year with Tyreek Hill. And ultimately, if the Cowboys got Deebo Samuel and the production went way down in terms of the rushing yards, the receiving yards, and or both, we're just going to be like, this is an underutilized talent, waste of money. If I was Deebo Samuel, why would I leave the 49ers, a great situation with Trey Lance, and they're also willing to pay me the same amount of money as Dallas? Why would I leave and go to Dallas where I'm guaranteed to not win anything because Dallas has never won anything since like the 80s? They do not win Super Bowls no more. They call them America's team. They're America's team at winning no Super Bowls since the 80s.
It's facts.
They haven't won nothing in so long that I don't know why anyone wants to go there anymore because you're basically guaranteed not to win a Super Bowl.
Damn.
And part of the reason why I think Dallas is not going to win a Super Bowl, even if they get Deebo Samuel, is Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, in a list of the top NFL coaches, was ranked among the bottom half, the bottom 16 head coaches in the NFL. Do you think Mike McCarthy deserves more respect as a head coach?
Yeah. Mike McCarthy is a legend at coaching. And what I believe, Mike McCarthy, especially, man, that Packers run, man, that was
legendary.
Those years were prime time.
Yeah, they were.
But I understand why he's ranked on the bottom half is because he's not getting it done at Dallas.
Yeah.
Can you blame him? It's Dallas.
It's tough to get it done. I think, personally, he should be in the bottom half. I think he's washed. He's washed as a coach. I think he won in Green Bay. Look, we can say he has a Super Bowl ring. He deserves his respect, which is very true. However, I think Green Bay won in spite of Mike McCarthy. He didn't really help him. Aaron Rodgers, realistically, I think if we had a better coach than Mike McCarthy, has so much more Super Bowl rings than one. I think Mike McCarthy was the reason potentially he was getting held back all these years.
Damn.
And I think we finally got him away from Green Bay, and then all of a sudden Dallas comes and swoops him up like he's some prized possession. And I don't know why. And I think it's no surprise that he hasn't won really anything in Dallas. And I think that it's no surprise that here he is ranked among the bottom half of coaches in the league. I think that he probably should have got fired last year after they failed against Deebo Samuel's 49ers. And I think realistically, if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, which they won't, Mike McCarthy should be fired.
I don't know. I believe
don't
it.
see a
I believe
future.
if they go far in the playoffs, Mike McCarthy shouldn't be fired.
I just don't even see them going far in the playoffs with Mike McCarthy, though. I feel like that's the problem.
Damn.
I love Kellen Moore. I love the rest of that coaching staff. I just don't know Mike McCarthy. I don't trust him. I trust Dak Prescott. I don't trust Ezekiel Elliott as the running back. However, I love the wide receiving core of Dallas. However, I do feel like they lost a couple key guys. I'm interested to see how CeeDee Lamb plays this year. But if they don't get Deebo Samuel, and this is kind of how it finishes up for him, I don't think Dallas is anywhere near contending for a Super Bowl. And ultimately, I think Mike McCarthy will be fired next year.
Damn.
And I feel like that's all but what he deserves. I feel like he held back Aaron Rodgers this year, so of course maybe I have a little bit of a spite for him. You know what I mean? I feel like he definitely held him back. And I don't know if he necessarily deserves more respect as a head coach. You know, like maybe he claimed in an interview that he deserves more respect. I think the criticism he gets is deserved. But I know you like Mike McCarthy, you know. But the teams were fun, but I just don't know. The success record is not there.
Some of that has to go down with specific players and specific plays that happened.
Of course. But that's kind of how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
You can't blame it all on Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
for
but
Green Bay not winning.
Yeah, but you can put some of the blame on it.
That's for sure.
You can definitely put some of there. I would put like 50%. But with all that being said, let's move forward to Saquon Barkley. An NFL offensive head coach or assistant coach claimed Saquon Barkley, quote unquote, does not know how to play running back. He always wants to hit a home run, and he needs to learn that 4-yard runs in the NFL are good instead of stopping, cutting back, and losing yardage, and then also getting his ass kicked in pass protection. Do you think Saquon Barkley doesn't know how to play running back?
I don't know. To his point, he wants every run to be a home run, man. You got Derrick Henry making that happen.
Yeah.
Making every run a home run.
Yeah.
So it's doable. Is Saquon Barkley the guy to do it?
He was in college.
Maybe, but it's different in the NFL.
It's very different in the NFL. I think it's unfortunate, though, because it's the Giants. The Giants, he was never going to be set up to succeed. That's why he never will live up to that pre-draft hype he had. Number 3 overall pick.
Yeah, nah.
He was never going to live up to that because the Giants were never going to surround him with the right tools. The offensive line, the right quarterback to take pressure off of him and open up the play action. He never had any of that.
He's going to be another player in the depth chart.
Ultimately, I feel like he's going to have that typical running back career, which isn't going to be long in the NFL. You know, running backs don't last long in the NFL, and that's why I wouldn't take one number 3 overall like the Giants did. But that's a typical Giants kind of move, which is making the wrong one. That's a typical Giants type of move, you know, with Dave Gettleman up there at the general manager. He's not getting it done, hasn't been getting it done. And let's be real, this was just another wrong pick as of right now. But they could turn it around. You know, they've been trying to improve their offensive line. However, I just don't know if they're going to fully get that done. But that's ultimately why Saquon Barkley is a failure. And that's why people think he doesn't know how to play running back. He does. We've seen it. But the offensive line is so bad.
I don't know, though. Even though he's on the Giants, man, it's just the NFL. It's just different than college.
But I agree it's harder to hit home runs in the NFL. But as to your point, Derrick Henry's kind of making it happen. So it's doable. And
that's Derrick Henry.
And we've seen Saquon.
He's one of the best college running backs, period.
Saquon was, too. Won the Heisman, too. He was one of the best, too.
Well, best ever?
So I mean, Penn State fans would argue. A lot of people, but I mean, he had some of the most pre-draft hype ever. But ultimately, he failed because it's the Giants, I feel like. And if you had put Saquon in a better situation, it would have been a lot different for him.
Maybe.
But that's ultimately what kind of happens with a lot of these picks. Sometimes, you know, kind of like Trevor Lawrence. We've already forgot about him. We already forgot that Trevor Lawrence
was supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks to ever play.
But when you go to Jacksonville, people forget about you. that's right up down the road, man. We can go see him, but the average person ain't thinking about Trevor Lawrence, and he was supposed to be Peyton Manning 2.0, greatest
best quarterback to ever play, better than Brady.
Exactly.
No question.
And we haven't not seen anything close to that. So that's what happens sometimes when you go to these notoriously bad franchises when you're the number 1, number 2, number 3 pick. That's what happens.
I wouldn't say the Giants are notoriously a bad franchise, though. They've
recently,
but
like obviously, the 2010s, beating Brady, 2007, beating the undefeated Patriots. They have history, obviously, and I love the Giants for doing that. But in terms of recent history, it's a lot. They
haven't been getting it done.
It's a lot of bad. But with all that being said, you ready to shoot straight into music?
Yep, I'm ready.
So we got Boosie in the news. Boosie, badass, in the news. He responds to T-Pain, who said on a live stream with DJ Academics, who said Tupac would get ate up lyrically today. Boosie said in response to T-Pain that Tupac was a great lyricist and you wouldn't understand him if you'd never been through the struggles that this world brings. He disagrees that the lyrics in the songs these days, they last a couple years and they're there and gone because the lyrics don't have meaning and they don't touch your heart. So, Blue, do you agree with T-Pain or Boosie?
Boosie, 100%.
100% Boosie?
I believe Tupac would definitely survive in today's day and age of rap. However, I do believe there are artists who do make lyrics that is able to touch the public's heart.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do know that for the most part, lyrics aren't as important as melody nowadays.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would 100% agree with that. However, I also agree with Boosie, and I say that Tupac would definitely be all right in today's day and age. I don't know why. I don't know how somebody who still impacts the culture today, who's been dead for however long he's been dead, I don't know how you could say he wouldn't survive today when his impact on culture is still alive today.
Of course.
So if he was alive today, he would be impacting the culture even more so because he's here. So I think that Tupac would survive definitely in today's day and age. I think T-Pain was kind of tripping for this one.
Facts.
That's an OG. And I respect T-Pain and his opinions and all that, but
of course.
I think he's tripping on this one. Definitely tripping. But Boosie also in the news because he was handcuffed by Atlanta police and the body cam footage came out and he was completely going off on the police.
Saying that the police were being racist towards him.
And all that, saying that they were targeting him and all that stuff like that. Man, what do you think about the body cam footage that we saw?
Personally, I think Boosie was kind of making a scene.
I think he was making a scene too. He was making it a bigger deal than it was.
Of course,
the cop was real chill with it.
I'm telling you, I think if Boosie would have just stayed quiet, that whole situation would have happened a lot faster, and he would have been on his way wherever he was going.
And he might have not even got the citation that he got.
He would have probably still got the citation because they would have searched the vehicle and found it. But like I said, he would have been on his way faster. To wherever he was going. And maybe he probably got to the event or wherever he was going late. So it kind of screwed him in the end.
Yeah.
So I believe if he wouldn't have made that whole scene saying, they're targeting me, they're being racist and that, he's going to, beat up some people in jail and a bunch of other.
And come for white people.
That's what I'm saying. Some crazy stuff. It's just, I don't know, man. And there was also, some footage that leaked of him, doing drugs,
I don't know what's been
cocaine on a boat or something like that. It's just
basically doing some crazy shit.
That's what I'm saying. So Boosie, I love his loud interviews. Some of his music is definitely hidden fire, but in this situation, I think he was definitely in the wrong, no question.
Yeah, I think he definitely could have just handled it better. But I also kind of understand if what he was saying was true, talking about how he had been pulled over 8 times in 10 days. And
that's facts.
That. I would be pissed off too by the time I got to that point where if it was the 9th time in 10 days, I'd be like, bro, y'all keep pulling me over. I'm done with this shit. So I understand his boiling over frustration.
Could be under investigation though.
Yeah, he could be. I also got to feel but Boosie, if this is the case, why are you still making the dumb decisions that you're making?
Facts.
If you know you're going to be put in this situation, you know what's going to happen, you know you're being targeted or blah, 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 you're not going to do dumb shit. But he still is. So, like, I don't know. You know, that's why, I don't know. I don't 100% know if what he's saying is true. However, I do know that in his particular body cam footage, like, he was just making a big scene out of nothing. And I do think that he was in the wrong as well.
Facts.
Are you ready to move towards Lil Uzi's new EP?
Facts. I'm ready.
We have not had new Uzi music in a long, long time. Obviously, we had the single Demon High, which kind of flopped and all that.
No, but you would know better than anyone, man. Not better than anyone, but you know what I mean. Better than most people.
Yeah.
When was the last Uzi tape?
Well, the last solo tape we got was Eternal Take, and then obviously we had the tape with Future.
No, but when was the last solo Uzi tape? Like, when was that Eternally tape?
Eternal Take, 2020, March 2020.
So it's been 2 years.
Over 2 years, like almost 2.5 now. So it's been a very, very long time. We know Uzi always takes an extremely long time between music drops. Now, the album he's supposed to be dropping is called The Pink Tape. However, this is the little pre-game EP kind of like showing you a taste of what's to come. Because kind of how Uzi always does it, he'll kind of flood the market with music. He won't drop for like 2 years, and then once he starts dropping, he doesn't stop. And then he'll wait another 2 years. He's really weird. But with this new EP, I don't really know what to expect. However, I do know that it potentially is coming out today or next Friday, and it's going to be maybe a SoundCloud exclusive, they've said. And they said that he's doing this to try to bring back the old vibes, make it like a Love Is Rage. Remember what Love Is Rage 1.5 with that's what had EXO Tour Life, his biggest ever hit. He's trying to, I think, rekindle some of that fire and drop some songs on there, get a real big hit, and then use that to use for the Pink Tape, use it for his main album. I think that's what his plans are.
I think that fire is gone, though, man. The SoundCloud era, that's over. You can't bring that back. That's done for.
I think he's trying to bring it back, but they're talking about it's a for real SoundCloud exclusive tape. Not going to be on Spotify, not going to be on Apple Music.
I feel like it's just a loss for Uzi at that point. Like, he's just losing opportunity on a bag. He's losing on the Spotify bag. He's losing on the Apple Music bag. He's just not getting his bag.
But at the same time, if he's doing it for the reason, like I said, if he's doing it to see what song does the best to find a hit, then it kind of makes sense.
Then it works for the tape and the album.
Because if like with Love Is Rage 1.5, EXO Tour Life completely blew up into his biggest hit ever. And he used that to kick off Love Is Rage 2 promo and all that, and then boom, it ended up working.
If it works, though, is it bringing SoundCloud back?
It's not bringing SoundCloud back.
If it works.
Nah.
Not even if it gets like over a couple 100 million streams.
Nah.
So nothing is bringing SoundCloud back.
Not ever back to what it was in 2016 and all that.
Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I can agree with that. Like, SoundCloud's not coming back, and I don't think Uzi dropping his tape on SoundCloud exclusively is going to help him in the long run, because I think he's going to need that bag later.
However, I do think it is cool to like, in terms of the promo for it and all that, I think it's going to bring a lot of people back to Uzi's music that might have turned him off, because, damn, can they bring back the old vibes, 2016 Uzi? Everyone fucks with 2016.
Facts.
Uzi's definitely always tries to play into that, like, it's coming back, 2016's coming back. He always tries to play into that, and I feel like this being a SoundCloud exclusive definitely is him playing on tradition for something he always does, so it kind of makes sense. And Uzi, he's very predictable once he gets down to a certain point. You know what I mean? I've been fucking watching Uzi with how he drops music for a long time, been a Uzi fan for a very long time, and he always does the same shit. So I'm expecting the new tape to come out today or next week, and I'm just excited for it, to be honest. I think it could be album of the year.
I don't think it's going to be album of the year, but I think it's going to be a very, very, very hot album. Very hot. Like, on fire.
Do you think...
Number one, possibility.
Do you think it will sell more than Eternal Take sold first week?
Definitely.
Definitely?
Definitely. Wait, how much did that sell again?
Like 230K.
Oh, no. It's not going to... The reason why it's not going to sell more than Eternal Take is because that album was so damn hyped for like 4 years type shit. Like 4 or 5 years we were waiting on the Eternal to take.
Long ass time.
And like there was a whole bunch of like rumors and a little bit of leak here and there.
And the cover art leaks and all. It was like a whole drama. And then he retired.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he was dropping. He had to sign with Jay-Z. Had to save him out of his contract.
So I don't think it's gonna hit 200K, but
it'll be like 150.
Yeah, maybe 120, 150,
120. Speaking of
Jay-Z.
Speaking of somebody who saved Uzi, we got Jay-Z, who said on Kevin Hart's new podcast that he is currently not retired from music, contrary to popular belief. However, although he's not officially retired, he has no plans to drop new music or a new album. With that being said, should Jay-Z release another new album?
Nah.
No?
Nah, I think he should just vibe and just go out and like Russ ride off into the sunset. He's already done. He's enough for the rap game, and I think he should drop a song maybe, but a whole album?
No?
Nah, I think
just focus on your
focus on your investments that you made other than music, and I think he's good.
I think Jay-Z should release a new album. I think it would be cool. I don't think that it should be compared to his earlier work because I don't think it's going to be that. You know what I mean? I think although he's up there as one of the legends, that it's definitely not going to be like his prime music. However, I think it's always cool to hear him collab with Kanye and hear him collab with other OGs, and it's always good to hear Jay-Z's his rhymes and what he's gonna say. So I love to hear him speak on things through music. I think that a little 10-track album would be cool. I would take, you know what I mean, a little 10-track album, like maybe a little not an EP, like just hear every now and then, because it's been like 5 years. Like just give us a little EP, Jay. You know what I mean? Just a little chill. Maybe like drop a couple old songs from the vault on there. You know what I mean? Like a deluxe, kind of like a deluxe thing, kind of like a.
I don't think that's working out for him.
I think he could do that. I think that
nah.
I don't think we need a new Jay-Z album. However, I do think it would be cool if we got one. But however, if his discography is finished and this is it, does Jay-Z go down as the GOAT?
Nah.
No?
No.
Who's the GOAT?
Who is the GOAT? The greatest of all time?
Yeah.
Drake.
Drake?
Drake.
Over Jay-Z?
Drake over Jay-Z. Drake's the best to ever do it. And he's
the numbers say it?
And I don't think no one's competing with Drake anytime soon.
The numbers say it.
The numbers definitely damn say it. And the reason why I've told you this before, why Drake is the GOAT, is because he's never not been hot in his whole damn career.
Still hot right now.
Still hot right now. And every single year that Drake has been out, since he's put out music, he's been hot.
Yeah.
Like on fire. Like the charts show it. Like the charts show it, man. People are streaming his music and they will continue to stream his music until he's done.
Yeah.
So
speaking of Drake, he's going on tour with OVO Fest. He's bringing it worldwide. He's going to have Lil Baby, Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, a Young Money reunion. Whole bunch of crazy things. Going to have multiple tour dates and all that. Drake hasn't really gone on tour like that or done anything like that. What do you have to say about this Drake tour? Are you interested to see a Young Money reunion? They didn't really do stuff like this no more. Do you think it's good for the culture?
Hell yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, hell yeah. Like, this is the number one thing that is going to, like, go crazy in the summer. The number one thing that's going to go wait, is it, like, in the summer? Or like?
Yeah, it's coming. I think it's the next couple months.
That's going to be crazy, man. This is insane, man.
Yeah, like, for me, like, that Drake and Lil Wayne, or Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki, Young Money reunion, it's gonna be crazy for them to perform OG songs together on stage. This is some legendary stuff. I think that's just one of them moments that like you just cherish because like you don't really get OGs like that all in one spot. You know, for like at a certain point, YMCMB was the whole culture. That was everything. Now we're this many years later, and this might be the last time we ever see them together. Just like you never know what could happen. God forbid, or if they have beef, you never know. I think anytime some shit like this happens, it could be the last time it happens. You don't want to take it for granted. So I think this is just going to be a legendary moment, and I'm happy that Drake is doing it. And I think it's cool that he's also doing the thing with Lil Baby and Chris Brown too.
How much you think the tickets are going to be?
Dummy expensive.
How much you think the tickets are going to be for general admission?
500, 600, maybe 750. Is Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki, Chris Brown, Lil Baby? Come on.
General admission.
500, bro.
It's kind of expensive.
But people are paying that.
Of course, yeah. It's Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki.
That's like, what more can you ask for?
Facts.
Speaking of what more can you ask for, we got a new album. What more could we ask from our boy Strict? Holding it down for the YSL label. He dropped his new album, and he had a hot song on there featuring the one, the only
Idris
Elba, the actor.
And he's on a show that I've recently started watching called The Wire. Great show. It's on HBO. Ooh, fire.
So can Strick hold down YSL while the whole label is in that all controversy with the trial?
Definitely. I think Strick got the potential to be the next Young Thug. The melody, the lyricism, it's all there. He's getting the features because he's on YSL. Everything's there for him.
I think that he can definitely hold down YSL somewhat, but not gonna hold down the whole label.
I think he's gonna hold down especially if Gunna only gets like 3-4 years. He's holding it down till Gunna gets out of jail.
Nah.
Yeah.
3-4 years. Nah,
Yeah.
Strick ain't holding it down like that.
It's Strick.
I don't see the potential in Strick like that.
Damn, I don't know though.
He's pretty good, but I don't know.
I know you were messing with that Strick and Nav song too.
Strick is fire, but I don't know if he's holding down the whole label.
Hey, Mazel Tov.
If he's gonna keep Young Thug, he ain't gonna be the next Young Thug. He ain't gonna replace Gunna. He ain't replacing Young Thug and Gunna. He can be something, and I think it's cool. He got the Idris Elba song, but
the reason why I was saying he could be the next Young Thug is because I feel like he got that little flow in him, that Young Thug, that pop, like that mix of Young Thug, Pop Smoke.
He kind of has the mix, but I don't know. I think he has potential to be something. He could do something. He could be that third guy on YSL with Thug and Gunna, but he's not going to overtake him. However, what are your thoughts on Idris Elba? His rap, well, it's not his debut, but one of his first rap songs.
Idris Elba's verse was fire.
Do you think he has potential to continue to make verses?
I think
music?
Idris Elba needs to drop an album.
The whole album.
Think
it could be fire.
Bro,
The
imagine
that's
what I'm saying. The features on the Idris Elba album.
I think it'd be fire.
He's definitely getting the top. You don't want to talk about that?
Nah.
But he's definitely getting the top British rappers on his tape.
You're gonna get Skepta and all them.
Facts.
It's Idris Elba. He can get anybody. But yeah, you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, definitely.
We got Kevin Gates saying on a brand new podcast that he slept with his cousin. He had fully admitted it. He said he found out it was his cousin, and then he said, quote unquote, "I'm not stopping now." What do you have to say about Kevin Gates sleeping with his cousin?
He can't do that.
Is he bugging?
He's bugging, bro.
Bro, I don't know what was going through his head when he was saying this on the podcast.
Bro, Kevin Gates
Why would he say
sleeping
this?
with his cousin, bro?
But why would you even admit that? If I'm Kevin Gates, why are you admitting that?
Because the people going to find out, and if he tried to put it under the rug and hide it, it's going to even make him look worse.
Bro, but you can't be like, oh, yeah, I slept with my cousin. You can't be that. He was proud.
People going to cut that. They're gonna title it Zach sleep with this guy.
Nah, that's fucked up. Nah,
but Kevin Gates sleeping with his
know.
cousin is ridiculous. Like you can't you know, for one, you can't do that, and two, what are the repercussions from that? What if she gets pregnant?
But then, bro, the thing that made it worse was the fact that he found out, like, I guess, like in the middle of it, and then he was like, "Well, I ain't stopping now." That's the worst part.
Bruh, you can't be doing that to family.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Kevin Gates is kind of bugging for that one.
Kevin Gates is hella bugging for that one.
Yeah, he's hella bugging.
Hella bugging. Hella bugging. So I wanted to speak. Let me get to the next topic, because I mean, we can't keep. How long can we keep talking about Kevin Gates sleeping with his cousin? I mean,
Nah.
Like, people watching know it's wrong. Like, we know it's wrong.
Wrong.
There's not that much of a debate to this.
It's true.
So probably the last topic we got today for music, we got Brent Faiyaz. New album.
Number
I think
one.
it went number one. Yeah, it went number one.
R&B.
Sold what, like 115K?
Yeah, something like that. It was the first R&B album to hit number one on Billboard in a long time.
My bold take. Now, this might be a crazy take, but I think the Brent Faiyaz album was better than the new Drake album.
You're lying.
Not lying.
Bro, we was listening to that shit together. That shit was kind of trash.
Nah, there was some bangers on there, though.
Drake carried the album, though. Drake carried the Brent Faiyaz album.
Drake had a crazy verse. Like, I mean, like, he went in. Like, why didn't he do that for his own album?
I don't know. He did on Jimmy Cooks.
He did on Jimmy Cooks. But it wasn't even like all like rap Drake. Like, he had a little R&B vibe in that Brent Faiyaz song.
That
So why couldn't he do that for his dance album?
I don't know.
We don't know. But what I do know is Drake helped him.
Yeah.
Drake helped Brent Faiyaz, his album, do better than his own.
Yeah. No, it didn't do better.
No, I think personally, I like do better as in I like the album more.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And like I said, I believe that there was more songs that I liked better than the new Drake album.
I don't know, man. I think that it has some good songs, but in general, it wasn't my type of music.
It wasn't my type of music either, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah, I respect it. However, I'm not going to be bumping that new Brent Faiyaz that much. I feel like.
Of course.
It's not really my thing.
But you're not bumping that new Drake either, except if you're playing Jimmy Cooks.
It's true. Not really bumping it. It's true. And I love Drake. It's just I'm not really bumping it either. But I feel like if I was that type of music listener, I would be bumping the Brent Faiyaz over the new Drake.
Facts.
And I think that's why Drake showed him love and gave him a good verse.
Because he saw the potential.
A lot of potential.
Damn. That's 100% facts.
A lot of potential in Brent Faiyaz, and that's why he gave him a fire verse.
Well, that's it for music. You ready to shoot it straight into culture?
Yeah, let's go straight into culture.
We got Lamar Odom
fighting
fake Drake.
What do you have to say about it?
Bruh. Honestly, if Drake gets a good-ass... the fake Drake gets a good-ass trainer, I see him knocking Lamar Odom out clean.
Hell nah.
If he gets a good-ass trainer.
Hell nah.
You don't know, man. What if Jake Paul just says, or Logan Paul just says,
Lamar Odom is going to whoop fake Drake.
Bro, I'll play some bets on it if
Lamar Odom is whooping fake Drake.
If fake Drake,
no doubt.
If fake Drake gets Logan Paul as his coach.
What is Logan? Nah, fake.
Well, Logan Paul doesn't have that much experience coaching.
Lamar Odom will get Floyd.
Nah.
It's Lamar Odom. He'll find a way. He'll get Floyd.
He's not getting Floyd.
He's getting Floyd.
He's getting some washed-ass boxer from like the 1990s who never won nothing.
He's getting Floyd.
He ain't getting Floyd.
And then, boom, Lamar Odom will be taught by Floyd, and he's going to knock the frick out of fucking fake Drake.
Nah, I'm telling you, if fake Drake I'm telling you, this is all going to come down to coaching. Who has the better coach?
I agree. And I think Lamar Odom will have the better coach.
But if someone offers fake Drake, like to coach them and they're better, bro, I got fake Drake. I'm just being real. Lamar Odom, he might have a slight edge because of his athleticism and he's taller, so he's going to definitely hit the first punch, no question. Let's just be real. He's going to get the first punch on him. I don't even got to see no training, no nothing. He's going to get the first punch on him. Mm-hmm. But I think Drake, the fake Drake, keep saying Drake. Let me make this point clear. The fake Drake is got a chance.
Yeah. I mean, he has a chance, but I got Lamar Odom all day. I got Lamar Odom all day.
Damn.
All day.
Like I said, it's going to come down to coaching. So, wait. Do you believe, maybe if the coach isn't a superstar, but even if fake Drake gets a better coach than Lamar Odom's still winning? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah, I got Lamar Odom.
Damn. Nah, if he gets a superstar coach, it's over for him. Lamar Odom's getting knocked out.
Hell no.
Not even if fake Drake gets a superstar coach.
What makes you think fake Drake can pull a superstar coach?
Because someone's going to offer because they like fake Drake.
Nobody likes fake Drake.
People, you sleep. There's people out there that are fans of fake Drake.
You want to know what I'm also sleeping on? Gay Spider-Man.
This is a tough one, man. Spider-Man. It is announced that for the new Spider-Man movie, he will be LGBTQ plus. In my personal belief, I don't think they should be introducing that to kids, especially that young of age. I remember watching Spider-Man when I was very, very young. I watched Spider-Man. And I was playing the video games on the Nintendo GameCube, a throwback. I was playing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 on Nintendo GameCube, man. Some legendary times for video gaming. And I remember watching the movies as a kid, bro. And it's a shame of what they're doing to a classic comic book hero.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't really know why they want to like make everyone like that. Like, I just don't, like, I think everyone should just be, like, I don't know. I just don't know, like, they're kind of forcing it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They're forcing it to the newer generations.
Because, it's already, Spider-Man is a previous character. It's not even like he was a previous, it's a new thought. And I think when it's already been previously thought up, I don't like switching it up from the OG.
Exactly.
I think if you want to do something like this,
create new characters.
That's cool, but don't make it an OG. Don't potentially ruin the OG just to make it, I don't know what you're trying to really do here. Make it more like accessible or open to all audiences.
Yeah, whatever. That's what they're really trying to do. They're just trying to, and they're trying to
just keep it with the OG.
They're trying to put like in the new movies like all different types of cultures, I guess. So like they would like have like a woman Spider-Man probably coming soon.
Yeah.
And man, that's just not the move.
Just make a new character like when they made the one girl from Marvel, Captain Marvel, I think that was like a female character, and in the whole, they just kind of made it up. Like, so you can like when you're making up a new character, it's all right.
Of course.
But like, I just don't like the concept of taking an old character and changing it up to fit what you want it to be. In this case, you're gonna take an old character, which is Spider-Man. You're just gonna make him gay. Just seven fingers, boom, he's gay now. He wasn't gay before, he's gay now. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like, have a gay character. Okay, let's make a new movie centered around the gay character. Let me think of a brand new gay character. I don't have no problem with that. No problem with that at all. My problem is when you come in, you take an old character, you make him gay. If he wasn't gay before, why did he just turn gay now?
Exactly.
He always had a girl in every single movie.
Every single movie.
And it was always bad too. So like, this doesn't make sense.
Is this ruining the Marvel franchise? Them introducing LGBTQ, like, and not introducing it, but changing main characters into that.
It's gonna ruin it if they do it like a whole bunch of.
If they continuously to do it.
Exactly.
Like, Green Lantern. Oh, exactly. Superman.
If they just keep doing it, it's
Batman.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. Superman, Batman. I can't even, like, that's like. I can't even think about that.
I don't even want to think about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Just doesn't want to think about it. I don't think they want to think about it either. Nobody wants to think about it. Nobody wants to think about that.
It's sad that the newer generations have to
deal
be
with that.
Be going through this.
Yeah. Yeah. God knows how it's going to be by the time next 20 years. 30
Exactly.
Years, so.
Well, we'll see if it reverses. We'll see if this course tends to
continues
exactly
in this trajectory. But I'm you good for everything on this episode?
Yeah, I'm set.
We had a little bit of a longer episode, but hope everyone enjoyed it. With all that being said, man, let's just wrap this one up. Thank y'all for checking out this episode. Appreciate all the support, like, comment, subscribe.
Exactly.
All that.
Continue to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all the comments and the battering back and forth.
Yeah. And make sure y'all comment what y'all thought about stuff we said and everything like that down below.
And go check us out. One of the best things that's going for us right now is the Instagram Reels. It's going crazy, and it's bringing a whole bunch of new following to our podcast, and we appreciate that very much. So go check out the Reels on Instagram. Go check out the clips that we're about to make for this episode. Go check out the clips that we made for previous episodes.
Exactly.
And I think that's it, bro.
Yeah. With all that being said, we'll be back very soon, but thank y'all for checking out this episode of the Shoot It Straight podcast, and I'm your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
And we'll see y'all very, very, very soon. Peace.
Continue to shoot it straight. Peace.